Hey there, students. Today we're taking a look at Character Strong, Session 8, Understanding Emotions. And we're going to try doing this with a video. It'll be different than what you're used to, but we're going to give it a shot anyway. We're going to start off, first of all, by introducing the topic. We're going to Understanding Emotions. It's Session 8, and we are going to start with the next slide, which is this one. On a piece of paper, if you don't have a piece of paper, please get one out. Pause the video and get a piece of paper out, and then in 3 words on your paper, would you please share the opposite of how you're feeling today? So however you are feeling right now, I want you to write down in 3 words the opposite of how you're feeling. Go ahead and pause the video and think about that and write it down. When you're ready, resume the video. Okay, great. Today's Get to Know You game is Get to Know You, fill in the blank. That's what GET stands for. Get to know you, fill in the blank. So we are going to take a look at this next prompt here. Get to know you, fill in the blank. There we go. All right, get to know you, fill in the blank. You're going to choose an icon. Actually, I'm going to choose the icon and to reveal 3 fill in the blank options, and I'll choose a number, then use the prompt to share a little bit about yourself. You'll write this down on your paper and fill in the blanks, please. So let's first of all, I'm going to go with, how about the music? And let's see, 1, 2, or 3. Oh, let's go all in. We're going to try 3. So on your paper, would you write the sentence and fill in the blank? A band or artist I listen to often is blank. What I enjoy most about their music is blank because blank. So who is an artist or a band that you listen to a lot? And what do you most enjoy about their music? And why is that? Go ahead and pause the video and take the time to write this down. Make sure you write the whole sentence frame in and fill in the blanks, please. That would be great. Okay, now that you've had time to write this down, let's go back to the Get to Know You, fill in the blank. And we're going to try one more. Let's see. How about dinosaurs? I'm old, so I'm going to choose dinosaurs. And which one of these? Let's try 3 again. Why not? 3 was good for that last one. 3. Let's see. If I could have any animal as a pet, it would be a blank. I would name them blank, and their favorite treat would be blank. Okay, well, think of, if you could have any animal as a pet, what would it be? And what would you name them? And what would you feed them? What would be their favorite treat that you would feed them? Please write this down, fill in the blanks, pause the video so you can take care of that, and then resume when you're ready to go on to the next slide. Thank you very much. Okay, well, let's see here. We're going to go back, and we are done with this segment, this part of it. So let's see here. Today's activity is Notice, Question, and Connect. Today we'll do an activity called Notice, Question, and Connect. Our goal is to understand more about how our brains make emotions and what that means for us. So we're going to start with a video. Now, while you're watching the video, would you please take note, because you're going to be writing this down after the video, take note of what is something that you notice in the video, okay? What did you notice about the video, and why did that particular thing stand out? Okay, so I want you to pay attention to that. The second thing is, what is a question that you have about something in the video? After watching the video, you might have a question about something. So while you're watching it, be thinking about something, I still have a question about that. And the last thing that I want you to do is pay attention to how does what you see in the video, how does that connect to your life? Okay? Please be thinking about those three things while you watch this video. Now we'll go on to the next slide. Unless you want to pause this and write these questions down ahead of time, entirely up to you. Moving on to the next slide. And it is the video. All right, here we go.
Hey everyone, I am Kylan.
And I'm Not Health.
Today we're going to talk about emotions. Another fun game. It's called Pass the Face. We're going to make some ridiculous faces back and forth. Pass it to each other. I think we did it. I think show me you being angry. And now be angry and making a cake. So now be angry and be sad at the same time and flip pancakes. This is the best moment of my life. I mean, there's a mess in the kitchen, but you had some real strong emotions, and that is appreciated.
Yeah, I think that emotions are definitely contagious. And emotions being contagious is a great thing, especially because it develops empathy too. Like, if I feel something, then my entire community, be it small or large, has the ability to feel it. I think empathy is pretty much the ultimate form of communication.
When you do decide like what you want to feel, how do you feel those different emotions? Like what have you done in the past? Like, do you think about something or talk about something?
A lot of the time I do meditate and like clear my mind and then not wake up, but like, and then sort of open my eyes to like a new emotion. And I think that's something that's really helped me.
Have you noticed like power in identifying the specific emotions?
Identifying your emotions is really important because, that's the first step. If you don't know your emotion, all these things kind of build off that. Happy and sad are two really overarching terms that can mean a lot of things. So I definitely think it's important to like really narrow down what emotion am I really feeling, and then how can I change this and take those steps that we talked about.
Have you ever seen people that express emotions differently?
I think everyone has their own unique way of expressing emotions because something that's emotions are really personal. So.
All right. Well, thanks for watching that video and paying attention. Remember, those questions or those things you were supposed to be keeping an eye on. What did you notice in the video? Why did that stand out? A question you still have about something from the video, and how does what you saw in the video connect to your life? So what we're going to do is going to go to a different page here in just a second. Okay, now on that same page that you've been writing everything else down on, would you please write down these questions? What did you notice in the video? And then answer that question. And then make sure you pause the video so you can, pause this video so you can answer that question. And then move on to the next one. Why did that thing that you noticed, why did it stand out for you? What about it made it stand out particularly for you? The next question after that is, what is your favorite website or app? It's just kind of a in-between sort of silly question. Well, I just want to know, what is your favorite website or phone app or web app? And then after that, what is the question you have about something from the video? Okay, what is one question you have from the video? And then after that, I want to know, what is your favorite dipping sauce? And what do you like to dip in that dipping sauce? I like chicken McNuggets, and I like to dip them in barbecue sauce, but I also like to dip carrots and celery and sweet peppers and things like that in ranch. So you never know. What is your favorite dipping sauce? And then the last question here is, how does, what you saw in the video with those two people, how does what you saw in that video connect to your life? Was there something in there that you saw that you're like, oh, yeah, I understand that. I can relate to that. Was there something in there, and what was it? Okay, so make sure that you pause the video so you can write and answer each of these questions. And when you're done, resume the video. Thank you. Okay, now after you've answered those questions, I just have one more question for you. And I'm going to write it down. So after going through this whole thing, I want you to answer this question. What is the one question you still have about, what is one question you have about emotions? Maybe you have a question, you're like, there's something I just don't quite understand about emotions or something. If you have, would you please write down if you have a question that you still have about emotions? And then we'll move on to the next thing. Pause the video and answer that. Thank you so much. Okay. Now, we're going to try to end every session with a character dare, and hopefully we can get through and make sure that we get to these dares. Today, we're going to talk about emotion tracking. So what I need you to do, what I'd like for you to do, is to pay attention to your emotions throughout the day and try to keep track and count how many different emotions you feel in one day. Write down, the number of different emotions and keep track of at least three specific emotions that we can talk about the next time that we meet. Okay? So, at some day between now and next week, pay attention to your emotions. Try to count how many different emotions you felt in one day. Write that number down, and then write down three specific emotions that you felt, so we can talk about them the next time that we meet. Now, you might have some questions about today's dare, so let's see what they are. What are some situations that could cause your brain to create emotions like happiness, excitement, or joy? Something to think about, right? What situations would cause your brain to create emotions? And what are some situations that could cause your brain to create emotions like anger, sadness, or anxiety? Think about some things that, create happiness, excitement, or joy. And what about things that might create anger, sadness, or anxiety? But please, try to keep track of your emotions for at least one day over the next week. You might be surprised at how many times your emotions change throughout the day. All right. Well, that is it. Thank you so much for participating and writing everything down. Please write your name on your paper and turn it in to the teacher's desk before you leave. Have a great day. Don't forget to be awesome. We'll see you next time.